Here is a quick preview of what my hair looks like after I've blown it out. So I haven't styled it or anything. So I'm going to show you how to get to that result. Hey guys, I'm Jayla. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel, I talk about faith, life, and everything in between. If that's something you're interested in, please subscribe. So you first start off with freshly washed hair. You want to make sure that there is no residue in your hair because it's going to affect the final result. So I'm going to split my hair in two and start spraying water on it. You want to make sure that the water is warm. If you have low porosity hair, I think if you have high porosity hair, it really wouldn't be a problem, but this step is very important for low porosity. Then you go in with your leave-in conditioner. Here I'm using the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey leave-in conditioner. It is very lightweight, which is great when you want to blow out your hair. You don't want products that are too heavy because the outcome will be very kind of gummy. So you do that on all the parts of your hair. You just repeat the same process all throughout. Make sure you're taking the time to rub in your products so it doesn't just sit on top of your hair like this. I'm gonna make sure I rub it in. So step number 1 is water. Step number 2, leave-in. Step number 3 is cream, and then the oil, which here is a serum by Garnier. Here I'm using the Tangle Teaser. This brush is such a gem. The way it works through the tangles, OMG. I can't believe I used to detangle my hair any other way. But anyways, so you're just gonna separate your hair into smaller parts to braid it out or do twists because it's pretty quick, so that you don't have to struggle with your hair, especially if you have a tighter curl pattern like me and your hair shrinks up a lot. So you're gonna have to go into smaller parts and blow it out. Properly moisturizing your hair is such an important part of getting the best results out of this. If you use products that are not catered to your hair will feel either very brittle or the results will just not look the way you want it to. So if you want product recommendations, I have a video about that. I'll link it down below and you can check it out. It is geared towards low porosity hair. So we're gonna start off with blow drying our hair. The blow dryer setting I'm using is the lowest one. You wanna blow dry our hair, we don't wanna fry it, okay? So we're just gonna go ahead and just slowly but surely blow dry the hair. You can separate it as I'm doing here so that you can get to the roots. Adding oil to your hair again after you've done so before, it just kind of helps you to have a straighter look. Of course, the goal here, at least for me, is not to get my hair to be the straightest as it can be, but I want it to be stretched as much as possible from the roots. And that's kind of what I'm going for. I want my hair to still look natural, but just have some length to it. So I repeat the process all throughout, and this is how I'm able to wear my hair out all year round because I blow dry my hair once a week, and it's been great. Honestly, it's made managing my hair so much easier, honestly, because when I don't blow dry my hair, I tend to get more knots, which means that I have to manipulate my hair even more, which leads to breakage. Another benefit of blow drying your hair is versatility. You can do so many styles when your hair is blown out. You can do a slick down part, what? You can do a side part, middle part. You can do a twist out the way I'm doing it in this video. So by the time this hair just kind of sets, probably the next day, you're gonna have these beautiful curls. So it's just wonderful. You could do a braid out. The possibilities are endless. So that's why I love doing that. And I'm not sure which YouTuber recommended this, but she has just been a lifesaver. Like this, doing this, game changer. I can tell you that. I've been natural for almost how many years now? Almost 6 years. Really? Almost 6 years. Yeah. And it's just been amazing. Doing this, I've been doing this for the past 3 years or so, and it's made such a difference. Because before, just wearing out my hair, it's not that I couldn't do it, but because I would get so many knots, it made things just so much more difficult. But doing things like this, it changed everything. I want to point it out that even though my hair looks straight like this today, by the time wash day comes around, it has already begun to shrunk. So my goal here is not to have straight hair like I mentioned, but for it to be stretched so that I can style it day one, and I can just kind of switch it up at some point, and it makes my life way easier. Some length retention tips that seem so obvious but that make such a difference are things such as wearing your bonnet. I am adamant about wearing my bonnet. I wear my bonnet 80% of the time. If I'm at home, especially if I'm going to be maybe laying down on the couch or in bed, I wear my bonnet. Why is that important? Because all of these different fabrics cotton and all these mixed textures are not good for our hair. They break off our hair, which is why sometimes you think, oh, my hair is not growing. No, your hair is growing, but it's just breaking off. So make sure to wear your bonnet when you're at home, even when you're cooking, although that's not really, it just helps with not having smells cling to your hair. Wear your bonnet when you cook, especially if you're an African like me. The food we cook sometimes can be very pungent. They smell delicious, but those smells can stick on you like crazy. Or even if you're like grilling food outside, you don't want your hair to smell smoky. So wearing your bonnet when you do that, make sure that doesn't happen. Tip number 2 would be washing your hair consistently. It's really the simple stuff when you do it again and again that makes such a huge difference. Because when you're washing your hair, you're hydrating it. You're making sure to get rid of the dirt on your scalp. And when you're washing your hair, shampooing, you're giving your hair that little massage as you're scrubbing it, which helps with blood circulation, which promotes growth. So, wearing our bonnet, washing our hair regularly. And number 3, I would say just sleeping well, taking good care of our health in general, drinking water, sleeping, eating well. Those are things that make a huge difference because our hair comes from inside out. So if you're not taking good care of your body, it's highly unlikely that your hair will do well, because probably the hair coming out of your scalp will be brittle, which is not great. Another huge, and I mean huge, length retention tip is using Indian hair powders. Things like aloe vera powder, amla powder, fenugreek. I don't use them all at the same time. Maybe I'll mix amla and aloe, or amla and something else, but just those ones. Do your research, of course. Make sure that you're not allergic to them. But those powders, or even oils if you want. I don't personally use oils because my scalp can't take it. But those products themselves, they contain so many nutrients that our hair loves. And it just helps to strengthen your hair so that no matter how much you're manipulating it, it will not break off. So usually for me, I would take those powders and add it to my deep conditioner. So here, as you can see, I have started brushing out my hair. I'm done with the blowout. This takes me about an hour, if not an hour 30, depending on how fast I'm going. I usually like to watch something on the side just because, you know, I sometimes get bored, you know, you're doing the same thing again and again. So yeah, that's basically it. And you do this, like, you maybe let it sit overnight, and you're gonna get beautiful curls that you can wear and style differently, and it's just gorgeous. I would 10 out of 10 recommend doing this. But the biggest and most important thing is making sure you're using low heat, because if you're using high heat, you're gonna get heat damage. When I wash my hair, it reverts back 100%, like 100. So make sure you just use low heat, and whatever oil, or you're using some heat protectant to make sure your hair doesn't get damaged, because we don't want that. So yeah. So yeah, I'm just unraveling the twist here. I didn't let it sit long enough for it to really have curls the way I usually do it when I go out, but I was just trying to show you guys what it looks like when I blow it out, or like when it looks straight. So again, this is like I would say like a 80% stretch, because I think 100% stretch is a silk press. So 80%, like you see most of the length. And if I take my time even to blow it out even slower, like in smaller parts, it would probably look much longer. Blowing out my hair has been such a game changer. However, I wouldn't recommend it if you're just getting started with your natural hair journey, meaning you just did a big chop. I don't see the point in blowing out your hair then. I thought it was looking great back there, but boy was I wrong. Anyways, this is kind of what my routine is. I hope you found this video helpful. Please like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys next time. Bisous.